The fallout from the Kamala Harris drunk video gets even more brutal. Even people on the left admitting that something's wrong with her in this video. How long have I been saying that she's been having I could tell that she's having problems with the alcohol, and she's coming off as an alcoholic. They've been trying to hide it. That's why they everything that she does been scripted, and she reading off of teleprompters and cue cards and people in her ear and stuff like that, because she has an issue with alcohol. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna see what the interweb has to say about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. Has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Red State from Sister Told You, and she reports that as Red State Bob Hogue or Hoge reported, the Democrat Party Twitter X account released a short video Tuesday of what they described as Vice President Kamala Harris's message to supporters. I played the video on a current video that I already did today. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it again. But presumably, the video was created to boost the morale of Democrats who were absolutely deflated and demoralized, and in many cases, frighteningly unhinged after the election day drubbing at the hands of former President Donald Trump. Quote, I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you, a tired looking Harris emphatically stated. She said, you have the same power that you did before November 5th, and you have the same purpose that you did, she went on to say, and you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you. As we also reported, it was the way Harris looked in the video that got people talking, with some suggesting it appeared as though she'd been drinking, and others posting comparison photos of what she looked like before and after her second failed presidential campaign ended. I admitted after I watched the video, this is what I wanted to do. Let's play this clip here. Yeah, it was pretty. It's pretty sad, pretty disturbing. For those of y'all that haven't seen it, I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. Let's play a little bit of it.
Just
Hold on a second. Let me. Here we go. All right, here we go.
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you.
She looks drunk.
You have the same power
Look at her
that you
eyes.
did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
So you see that she definitely looks like she's on something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But going back to the article here, the day after, the fallout from the video continues, with some observing how unspeakably cruel it was for her handlers to allow this to be put out there for public consumption, as she already has one foot out the door. Yeah, who would suggest her do this? Why would they do this? Megan McCain said, John McCain's daughter said, take this down. She's still the sitting vice president, for God's sake. This is awful. Like, really, really awful. On the other hand, there was this distinct possibility. Dan McLaughlin said, no video like this would ever have been released by a politician who is not hated by her staff. And that's what it is. They haven't gotten paid, is what the issue is. These people, that her staffers hadn't been getting paid, because she ran up the 1.4, almost 1.5 billion dollars, and owes $20 million. So her staff haven't been getting paid. So they're upset with her right now. So I could see her staffer saying, egging her on to come on drunk and doing this to damage her even further, her credibility even further. Perhaps it was the way to tamp down on rumors that Harris hasn't ruled out a 2028 run. Language warning. Um, Fletch, what is it? Fletch Matlock said, "My dim co-workers were bitching about this dim video today." um, 2028 mission accomplished. I mean, even so, the Dems are even upset about it. Sonny Bunch said, "I don't mean to be overly dramatic, but this is the sort of video you allow a principal to release if you want to end their career." There may be some truth to all of that. As Red State readers will recall, there were reports galore during her vice presidency, quoting people who'd worked for her for a while. She was California. Worked for her while she was California Attorney General, and later their senator, who talked about what an awful person she was to work for, and what an outright diva she was, a pattern that reportedly continued when she became vice president. That being said, I think people on both sides of the aisle would agree that politics ages people, in some cases unmercifully. I remember seeing photos of what George W. Bush looked like before and after his presidency, and Barack Obama as well. Yeah, when Barack Obama came in, he didn't have any gray hair and stuff. On his way out, he had gray hair. We all remember that. And it reminded me that that politic office, especially the highest office in the land, is not a place for the faint of heart. I imagine there are untold numbers of sleepless nights and tossing and turning that goes with the agonizing decisions that sometimes needs to be made. Decisions conceivably could cost lives. Trump, I think, in recent memory, is the only one that went in office and came out looking exactly like he did when he went in. Um, and while Harris wasn't president by her own admission, and Joe Biden's as well, she was a key player. Um, the disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal decision, which led to the deaths of 13 U.S. service members and over 170 Afghan civilians. Further, as Biden border czar, she presided over a staggering amount of open border chaos where criminal elements made it into the United States, with some of them involved in rapes and murders of children and adults alike, including Georgia nursing student Laken Riley. We all know about that. I'm not a cruel person. Wasn't raised by my mama by the way. This is Sister Toja said. So while I have no sympathy for Harris, considering all that was said and done over the last 4 years and beyond that, what she said and did as a U.S. senator, I do understand on some level what it's like to have regrets about deeply consequential decisions that didn't go the way I wanted them to go. Or, to put it another way, whether Harris wants to openly admit her failures, which she won't, Democrats take absolutely no accountability for anything that they do. On the fronts of mentioned above or not, I suspect they and what she said, I suspect they and what went wrong on what was supposed to be her indestructible presidential campaign and weighing heavily on her. With any luck, the introspection will convince her that taking a third run for president in 2028 is an idea best left crumpled up and burning in the Christmas fireplace. No, I hope she does run in 2028. I really do. I don't think she will. It's too many Democrat donors. The big donors don't want to see her run again, so I don't see it happening. But I would love for her to run again because she's a disaster. I don't think she can ever get any better. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.